Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a big box from Warner of all the Puccini operas. Well, it's not all of them. It's most of them. Well, the ones that matter. It doesn't have Edgar, and it doesn't have Le Villi, and it doesn't have what you call it, La Rondine either. But, it has extracts from La Rondine and those other goodies. Yeah, it does have some of it. Well, let's talk about what's in it, shall we? Why speculate when we have it right here in front of us? It's really some good stuff here, actually. And we get very little here. You just get a little booklet. Does the booklet at least tell us, oh, this is interesting, I have to say. Okay, all of these things, like all the individual discs, say Warner. And this thing here, the box itself says Warner, so it must come from Warner. But the booklet, they must have had some leftovers, says EMI, because I remember this was originally EMI, and now it's Warner. So there you go. This must have, oh yes, thank goodness, it tells us what's in here. So what do we got here? It begins with Manon Lescaut. I mean, some of these are not the most well-known of performances, but they've got some amazing singers. So it really is fun to go through this, especially if you're one of the sort of like Decca and DG Pucciniites. All the ones with Morella Freni and Pavarotti and all that stuff. That's Decca and Deutsche Grammophon and whatnot. So this gives you a whole different slant on the Puccini operas. Yeah, indeed. So we begin with Manon Lescaut with Montserrat Caballé and Placido Domingo. I mean, those are definitely Puccini people, right? Lescaut is Vicente Sardinero. But everybody else, Robert Tier is in this, is Edmondo, Richard Van Allen. A lot of those sort of leftover British people who did all the filling in these operas when they were recorded in London. You've got Ian Partridge is Un Lampionaio. Okay, never mind. So we've got the New Philharmonia under Bruno Bartoletti, recorded in 1971. And it's really quite a good Manon Lescaut. I mean, Caballé is Caballé and Domingo's Domingo, and that's like really nifty. Then we've got La Bohème. And the Bohème is Thomas Schippers. Schippers needs a box, folks at Warner. I mean, he's American and he died young and no one cares, but he needs a box. He made some great records. I mean, he did wonderful opera recordings. And then there was, of course, his Barber disc and Alexander Nevsky and all kinds of good stuff. So we really need a Schippers box. But La Bohème is Morella Freni. Well, there you go. You see, she could migrate between labels. And she was younger here, much younger. This was 62. Yeah. She did this till she was 85. Although, Mimi at 85, sort of, kind of creepy. Anyway, we've got, Morella Freni, Nicolai Gedda, Mario Sereni, Mario Basiola, and Ferruccio Mazzoli. Musetta is Mariella Adani. I mean, some people there aren't so well known, but it's the orchestra and chorus of the Opera Theater of Rome. Yeah, the Rome Opera House under Thomas Schippers from early in the century. So that's a nifty performance. When you think of the EMI Bohèmes, everyone talks about Beecham. So here's a real change of pace, which I think is rather nice. Tosca. Oh, well, okay. This is the stereo Callas Tosca. Of course, they should have put in the mono Callas Tosca, the famous one, but they have the stereo one under Georges Pretre, and it's got the Paris Conservatory Orchestra, which makes the whole thing rather interesting. And it's with Callas. It's Carlo Bergonzi and Tito Gobbi. I mean, frankly, I think, for my money, Bergonzi and Gobbi are more interesting than Callas is in this recording. I mean, she's okay, but her voice is on the way out. It's headed for the exits, whereas the other two are terrific still. So, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see. And we have Madama Butterfly. Who's Madama Butterfly? Oh, yes. The classic Victoria de Los Angeles as Butterfly, and Miriam Pirazzini as Suzuki, and Jussi Björling as Pinkerton. Yeah, Jussi Björling, and Sharpless is Mario Sereni. He pops up all over the place. And Kate Pinkerton is Sylvia Bertona. I mean, if anyone cares who plays Kate Pinkerton. Piero de Palma is Goro. And yeah, it's a good one. It's a very good one under Gabriele Santini. See, I like all the Italian people involved here. You know, this is very, very nicely Italian. Let's see, wait a minute. Yes, this is also the Rome Opera Orchestra, which has its own, well, shall we say, charms as an orchestra. They're kind of screechy and lots of fun to listen to. You know, they don't make them like this anymore. When was that recorded? Let's just see when that one popped up. 1959. Ooh, 59, yeah. These are vintage. And then we have La Fanciulla del West. Oh, this one's so much fun. This is the one with Birgit Nilsson. Birgit Nilsson is Minnie. You know, when she comes roaring onto the stage, they're all going, "Hello, Minnie!" And she comes in and opens her mouth and like, pow! There goes Jack Rance, or Don Johnson, and all those people. Really, she's the only person who matters in this particular performance. Let's see, Dick Johnson is Joao Gibbon, and Jack Rance is Andrea Mongeli. I mean, these are not people who you really heard a lot from. Let's see, who's vocal? She goes, ugh. Not too interesting. That's Gabriela Carturan. And lots of other people. Let's see, this is with, the La Scala Orchestra under Lovro von Matichich. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it was one of Birgit. You remember the old cover with Birgit Nilsson in her cowboy suit? I mean, it was just such a, like, demented drag queen kind of moment. Yeah, so that's fun. You know, and that is a nice little scream fest. I mean, nobody really can compete with her. What we have with La Rondine. That we have La Rondine. It looked like it's a piece of it. No, it's all there. There we go. Yeah, it's okay. It's here. Yeah, it's the Papano. I mean, the modern recording. You know, the one with Giorgio and Alanya and Matteucci and those people. Yeah, so that's nice. And a little bit of Le Villi, just a tiny extract with Alanya. And then let's see, what else have we got? What's this thing? Act 1, Act 2, CD 11, CD 12. Yeah, that's La Rondine, okay. And then we have to do Turandot, trittico. Pardon me. Yes, and extracts of things. And okay, there's like a mixture of Rondine and Le Villi extracts and things. So that's fine. And then we've got Il Trittico. So Il Tabarro is the Papano one too, which is quite good. Carlo Guelfi and Maria Guligina and Neil Shikoff in Tabarro. And Suor Angelica is Cristina Gallardo Domas. And La Zia Principessa is Bernadette Manca di Nisa. And Felicity Palmer is in there somewhere. So that's that one. And then we have to do Johnny Schicchi. Johnny Schicchi is Tito Gobi, Victoria de Los Angeles. So this is the older one. This is the classic old one. It's fabulous with Gobi in one of his, great character roles. This is Gabriele Santini in the Rome Opera, again, from 1958. And this is back in the days when no one did complete tritticos. Or trittici, or whatever it is in Italian, and plural, and who cares. And then for Turandot, of course. Actually, there were choices. They could have done the Caballé Turandot with Alan Lombard and the Strasbourg Orchestra. Remember that? That was not really much of a success. It had some great tam-tam wax, though. That was the star of that production, the tam-tam. But no, this is Birgit Nilsson at Franco Corelli. It takes the traditional cuts in the ping, pang, and pong scene, which annoys me. And Renata Scotto is Liu. I mean, but boy... And it's again the Rome people under Francesco Molinari Pradelli. Yay! And that's your Puccini stuff. I mean, this is fun. And their performances you may not know. I mean, there are reasons to get this. Not just if you don't know Puccini and you want to get like the major Puccini operas all in a box, but without librettos and things. And let me see, wait a minute. CD1 contains libretti in PDF format with English translations. Okay, so there you go. You do get the librettos. But if you're a collector and you want to get some other Puccini performances that are quite good, because remember, there was a time when everybody was doing Puccini. Everybody was, and they all could sing it, and they could all sing it pretty well. And so, yeah. I'm glad I have this. I really am. It's a keeper. It may be for you too, if you can find it, if it still exists. God only knows. So it's the Warner Puccini The Operas. That's what you need to know. And the rest, as they say, is history and lots of good listening. And keep on listening. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.